Hello everyone, I'm Xiao Jin from Susan's family. Today, I will teach you the crochet method of the Chinese aesthetics, Jiangnan motif blanket. This blanket is made by joining together multiple motifs. It features two types of decorations, offering different seasonal experiences. The magnolia flower decoration represents the revival of all things in spring, full of spring vitality. The ginkgo leaf decoration represents the crisp autumn weather, with abundant harvests, decorated with magpies, symbolizing hopes for a bountiful harvest. It is crocheted using high-quality yarn. The crocheting technique is simple and easy to learn. If you need to purchase the original material kit and receive crocheting guidance, please search for the store on Amazon. Susan's family. Go directly to the store. Next, let's get to the main topic. This blanket comes in two styles, the ginkgo style and the magnolia style. Both consist of two sections, the main part and the decorations. The crocheting method for the main part is identical. The decorative accessories are slightly different. Start by completing the main part, then make and attach the decorative accessories. First, let's learn the crocheting method for the main part. The main part consists of three types of motifs: octagons, squares, and triangles. Start by crocheting the corresponding number of motifs. Then join the motifs together. Finally, crochet the lace trim around the edges of the assembled motifs. Let's start by learning how to crochet the motifs. First, we'll learn the crocheting method for the octagon. Let's take a look at the finished product. It is divided into two sections. The section 1 starts with the foundation chain. Work back and forth in rows along this starting row. After completing it, crochet the section 2. Crochet a round of edging around the edges. All the stitch patterns and charts are labeled. I won't list them one by one. Now, please watch as I demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Start with a foundation chain. Before we begin crocheting, let's first learn the proper posture for crocheting. For your convenience and clearer viewing, I will use cotton yarn for this demonstration. For specific yarn, color schemes, and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions. Wrap the yarn tail once around your left little finger. Pass it through between your middle finger and index finger. Pinch the yarn tail with your thumb and middle finger. Pick up the crochet hook with your right hand. Position the hook below the yarn. Wrap the yarn counterclockwise. Use your left thumb and middle finger to pinch the crossing point of the loop. Position the hook to the left of the yarn. Yarn over, draw the yarn through. This slip knot does not count as a stitch. Slightly tighten. Now start crocheting chain stitches. Adjust the size of the loop on the hook. Yarn over, draw the yarn through. One chain stitch is completed. This kind of braid represents one stitch. Continue crocheting chain stitches. Yarn over, draw the yarn through. This is the second stitch. Repeat this process. Continue crocheting chain stitches. Keep going all the way until you reach the required number of stitches. Here, I'm using a small sample with fewer stitches for demonstration. For the exact number of stitches, please refer to the chart. After completing, at the first and last stitch, pick up a strand from the edge. Place a stitch marker to mark it. If you don't have a stitch marker, you can use a safety pin or a paperclip as an alternative. This completes the starting chain. Next, we'll work on the first row. Start with 2 chain stitches as the turning chain for half double crochets. This counts as 1 half double crochet. Place a stitch marker on the second chain stitch. Work 1 half double crochet into the next chain. Yarn over. On the right side, you will see a V-shaped braid. Insert your hook under the left chain stitch below the marker, through the upper loop, which is this strand. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. Now there are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over. Draw through all 3 loops at once. 1 half double crochet is completed. Corresponding to the upper right, you will see a V-shaped braid. This is the stitch of the half double crochet. Next, in the adjacent chain stitch on the left side, work a half double crochet, yarn over, pick up the upper loop with the hook. Yarn over, draw the yarn through, yarn over again, and draw through all loops on the hook. That completes another half double crochet. Continue picking up the upper loops of the chain stitches. Work half double crochets into each stitch correspondingly. Keep going until you finish the starting chain. The first row is now completed. Now let's check the stitch count. You can count the stitches. The number of stitches you count is the number of stitches you have worked. Include the turning chain. The stitch count should match the number of starting chains. Now move on to the second row. Start increasing stitches from this row. Begin with a half double crochet increase. Chain 2 as the turning chain. Place a marker in the second chain from the hook. These 2 chains correspond to the stitch below. Turn the piece to the wrong side. Rotate the piece counterclockwise. Work into the stitch under the turning chain. Crochet 1 half double crochet. The wrong side stitch is in the top left position. One half double crochet increase is now completed. You have crocheted 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. Continue picking up stitches corresponding to each stitch below. Crochet half double crochets evenly. Keep going until the stitch right before the stitch marker. Now you have reached the corresponding position. Crochet an increase in the turning chain position. Pick up these 2 loops. 1, 2. The second increase is now completed. The second row is done. This row is the right side of the piece. This means when the starting yarn tail is on the right hand side, that is the right side of the fabric piece. Continue with the third row. This row also includes increases at the beginning and end. Start with 2 chain stitches for the turning chain. For each subsequent row, place a marker in the turning chain position. I won't repeat this instruction. Flip the piece over. In the stitch corresponding to the turning chain, crochet 1 half double crochet. The first increase is now completed. Continue to pick up stitches and crochet half double crochets, corresponding one by one. Crochet until you reach the position of the second to last stitch. After completing this, crochet 1 half double crochet increase. Pick up these 2 strands, which is the insertion point marked by the stitch marker earlier. The third row is now completed. For the rows 4 to 7, follow the same crochet method. Increase stitches at the beginning and end of each row. Work evenly in the middle. Please refer to the pattern to complete them on your own. I won't demonstrate this part. Next, I'll show you how to count rows. Count from the right side of the piece, which is the position where the yarn tail is on the right hand side. You can see the odd numbered rows have the back texture of half double crochets. This creates a more noticeable line. The even numbered rows have the right side texture. You can count rows by alternating front and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the method for counting rows when crocheting back and forth. I will continue using this sample swatch. Let me demonstrate the crocheting method for row 8. I will only demonstrate the technique here. There are fewer stitches and rows for this demonstration. No increases are needed from this row onward. Start with 2 chain stitches as a turning chain. Flip the work piece over. Skip the stitch under the turning chain. Work half double crochets into the next adjacent stitch. Continue working to the stitch marker on the left side. Row 8 is now completed. Follow this method and continue crocheting until row 14. I won't demonstrate that part here. Next, we'll work on row 15. We start decreasing stitches from this row. Begin with 2 chain stitches as a turning chain. Flip the workpiece over. Skip the stitch under the turning chain. From the next 2 adjacent stitches, work 1 half double crochet decrease. Start with 2 incomplete half double crochets. Yarn over once. Insert the hook. Draw through. The first incomplete stitch is now completed. Move on to the second stitch. There should be 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, and draw through all loops at once. 1 half double crochet decrease is now completed. Pick up stitches corresponding to each stitch below. Work evenly with half double crochets. Continue until you reach the third to last stitch. After completing, work 1 half double crochet decrease. The first incomplete stitch goes into the adjacent stitch. The second incomplete stitch goes into the top of the turning chain. Yarn over and draw through all loops on your hook at once. The half double crochet decrease is now completed. Row 15 is now finished. Move on to row 16. Start with 2 chain stitches as a turning chain. Flip the workpiece over. Skip the stitch corresponding to the turning chain. Begin from the adjacent stitch. Work 1 half double crochet decrease. Continue working evenly with half double crochets. Work until you reach the third to last stitch. After completing, work 1 half double crochet decrease. Row 16 is now completed. The following rows will be worked in the same manner as this one. Refer to the pattern to complete them. I won't demonstrate these rows. I'll continue using this sample to demonstrate the final yarn tail treatment method. Once everything is complete, work a chain stitch to secure. Pull up the loop to enlarge it. Leave about 5 centimeters of yarn tail. Cut the yarn. Pull tight. The yarn tail can be left untreated for now. Remove the stitch marker from the top of the turning chain of the last row. This completes the section 1. Now, move on to the section 2. Crochet in rounds from the right side of the section 1. I'll use a sample to demonstrate the crocheting method here. Take out the yarn tail. Refer to the chart for specific color schemes. Tie a slip knot with the yarn tail. Hang the yarn tail on your left hand. Start crocheting from the second stitch of the last row. This is the position of the decrease stitch. Insert the hook. Draw the slip knot loop through. Adjust the size of the loop. Pay attention to the knotted area. Do not exit through the fabric piece. Start by crocheting the first edge. Make 1 chain stitch. This will serve as the turning chain for the single crochet. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. Insert the hook. As you crochet, place the starting yarn tail above the hook. Follow the texture and weave it in together. Draw the yarn through. With 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and draw through once. 1 single crochet is completed. Mark this stitch. Next, work a single crochet increase in the adjacent stitch. That is, make 2 single crochets in the same position. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the loops on the hook. 2 loops. 1 single crochet is completed. Continue with the second stitch. The single crochet increase is finished. Pick up stitches corresponding to the ones below. Work single crochet increase. Keep working until the third to last stitch. As you crochet, don't forget to weave in the yarn tail. If you notice the cast-on tail is too long, you can leave about 5 centimeters of length, then cut off the excess. After completing this, work one single crochet in the adjacent position. The first edge is now finished. Next, crochet the first corner, in the space between 2 half double crochets at the edge. Work 2 single crochet increase in the same stitch. This is the decrease position. Insert your hook between 2 incomplete stitches and crochet. While crocheting, weave in the previous yarn tail at the same time. Between these 2 increased stitches, work 2 chain stitches as a transition. 1, 2. One corner is now completed. Move on to crochet the second edge. First, in the insertion position of the previous row's incomplete stitch, work 1 single crochet, that is, right here. Then, in the gap under the turning chain along this row's edge, work 1 increase stitch. Continue by working 1 single crochet into the stitch under the turning chain. For the edge decrease between 2 incomplete stitches, work 1 increase stitch. For each row, work 3 stitches. First, at the corresponding insertion position, work 1 single crochet, then, in the gap along this row's edge, work 1 increase stitch. When you are actually crocheting, if you find that at the decrease position, the gap under the turning chain is larger, when crocheting, you can pick up from the bottom edge of the decrease and work a single crochet increase. Everyone should choose the crochet position based on the actual situation. Follow this method and continue crocheting until you reach the 15th row. Now you have reached the corresponding position, having worked a total of 15 stitches. The second side is now completed. Move on to crochet the second corner. Work 2 increased stitches in the gap between adjacent rows' edges. Chain 2 as a transition between these 2 stitches. The second corner is now completed. Continue with the third side. Start with a single crochet in the gap between adjacent rows' edges. For each subsequent row's edge, work 3 stitches. Continue until you reach the 9th row. Once completed, work a single crochet into the corresponding stitch of the adjacent row. Work a single crochet in the edge gap. The third side is now completed. You have also worked 15 stitches. Next, in the gap between adjacent rows' edges, work the third corner. Once completed, start working the fourth side from the adjacent row. Work 3 stitches for each row, continuing until you reach the second row. The fourth side is now completed. When crocheting, pay attention. Apart from the top and bottom sides, for each of the other sides, work 15 stitches. Then move on to work the fourth corner. Start crocheting in the gap between the edge of the first row and the turning chain. Once completed, work a single crochet into the braid on the left side of the stitch marker. This is the stitch right here. Pick up these 2 strands of yarn. You can see this single crochet and the half double crochet below are worked into the same hole. Continue to pick up 2 strands of the braid correspondingly as you go. Make a single crochet increase. Keep working until you reach the 3rd to last stitch. After completing, work 1 more single crochet. There will be 1 braid left. Leave it unworked. In the gap next to the half double crochet, work the 5th corner. While crocheting, weave in the previous yarn tail, together with the new stitches. Similarly, if you find the yarn tail is too long, leave about 5 centimeters in length, and cut off the excess. I won't repeat this step in the following instructions. After completing, refer to the pattern, and finish the remaining edges and corners. The crocheting method is similar to before. Once the last corner is finished, at the marker position, make 1 slip stitch. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through, and pull through all the loops on the hook in one go. The braid next to it is a slip stitch, which does not count as a stitch. You need to tighten it. Then, make 1 chain stitch to secure. Enlarge the loop, leaving about 5 centimeters of yarn tail, and cut off. Tighten it. Leave the yarn tail for now, no need to handle it immediately. This completes 1 octagon. Next, let's learn the crochet method for a square. Here's what the finished product looks like. We use the magic ring method to start. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise from the center outward. The new stitches used are double crochets and DC3 bobble. Please watch as I demonstrate the specific crochet technique. Start with a magic ring. Pick up the yarn with your right hand. Wrap it twice around your left index finger. 1, 2. There are 3 strands of yarn above. Use your right thumb and index finger to pinch where the loops overlap. Pull it out. Hang the yarn tail on your left hand. Move the loop to your left hand. Insert the hook into the loop. Draw the yarn through. Make 1 chain stitch to secure. Everyone, take a look. This is what it looks like after completing the starting chain. Now we will work the first round. Start with 1 chain stitch. Then work single crochets into the magic ring. Insert the hook into the loop. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through all the loops on the hook. 1 single crochet is completed. Mark the stitch. In this round, we will work a total of 8 single crochets. Complete the remaining single crochets. After completing all of them, let's close the magic ring. If the loop length here is shorter, you can adjust the completed part. Move to the right slightly before closing. There are 2 loops in total. First, gently pull the yarn tail. You can see that one of the loops is movable. Tighten the movable loop first. 1 loop remains. Pull the yarn tail tight directly. This way, the loops are closed. Join with a slip stitch at the marker spot to finish. Insert into these 2 strands of yarn. Draw the yarn through. And draw through all the loops on the hook in one go. Tighten the turning chain. Do not cut the starting tail of the yarn for now. You can weave it in as you work on the next round. The first round is now completed. Move on to crochet the second round. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Consider these 3 chains as 1 double crochet stitch. Place a marker on the 3rd chain. These 3 chains correspond to the stitch below. Then make 2 chain stitches for transition. In the same position, work 1 double crochet stitch. Yarn over once. Insert the hook. As you crochet, weave in the starting tail of the yarn. Draw the yarn through. You should have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. There are 2 loops remaining. Yarn over and draw through in once. The double crochet is now completed. Consider the 2 double crochets on either side and the middle chain stitch as 1 double crochet pattern. Then make 2 chain stitches for transition. In the adjacent stitch, work a DC3 bobble. First, work 3 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over once. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. An incomplete double crochet is now worked. Complete the remaining 2 stitches. There are now 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. The DC3 bobble is now completed. For convenience in explanation, we will simply call it a bobble stitch. Chain 2 for transition. Work a double crochet pattern in the adjacent stitch. 1 double crochet. 2 chains. 1 double crochet. Continue with 2 more chains for transition. Work a bobble stitch in the next adjacent stitch, starting with 3 incomplete double crochets. 1, 2, 3. There are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through once. 1 DC3 bobble is now completed. Let's take a look at the crochet pattern here. It involves picking up stitches from the previous round, working double crochet pattern and bobble stitches. Chain 2 for transition between them. Repeat this process. Refer to the chart. Continue working down to complete the remaining stitches. Don't forget to weave in the ends as you work. After completing the last bobble stitch, chain 2 for transition. Join with a slip stitch at the marked stitch. Pick up these 2 strands of yarn. Pull tight. The starting tail has already been woven in for a round, so you can cut it off directly. Take a look at the fabric piece. The texture on the wrong side is less defined, while the texture on the right side is clearer. When crocheting, keep the right side facing you. The second round is now complete. Continue with the third round. Make 1 slip stitch in the left chain space. Weave the yarn tail through as you go. This slip stitch doesn't need to be tightened. After completing it, start with 3 chain stitches. Place a marker. Work 1 double crochet in the same space. Then work 2 chains as a transition. Work 1 single crochet in the bobble stitch on the left side. Insert the hook into the braid on the upper right of the bobble stitch and crochet. Continue with 2 more chain stitches as a transition. Consider the 2 groups of chains, on the left and right, along with the middle single crochet, as one edge. The first side is completed. Move on to the second corner. In the chain space between adjacent double crochet groups from the previous round, in the middle chain space, work 2 double crochets. 2 chains. 2 double crochets. The second corner is now completed. Move on to the second side. Work 2 chains. 1 single crochet. Work the single crochet in the braid on the upper right of the adjacent bobble stitch. Work 2 chains. After completing, move on to the third corner. In the middle chain space of the double crochet group on the left side, work into the chain space. 2 double crochets. 2 chains. 2 double crochets. The third corner is now completed. Repeat this process to finish the remaining sections. Finally, complete the first corner. Work into the space corresponding to the turning chain with 2 double crochets. Then pick up 2 strands of yarn at the top of the turning chain and work 1/2 double crochet. The third round is now completed. You can see that starting from this round, the piece is a square. Now we will work on the fourth round. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Place a marker here. Work into the hole below that corresponds to the turning chain with 2 double crochets. After completing this, work on the first side. Begin with 2 chain stitches for transition in the next 2 chain spaces. Work 1 single crochet in each. Between these 2 single crochets, work 2 chain stitches for transition. Continue with 2 more chain stitches. Consider these 2 single crochets and the 3 groups of chains as one side. Next, in the corner space from the previous round, work the second corner with 3 double crochets. Two chain stitches and 3 more double crochets. The second corner is now completed. Follow this method to finish the remaining part. Finally, complete the first corner in the space corresponding to the turning chain position with 3 double crochets. One half double crochet and pick up the third chain of the turning chain to continue crocheting. When crocheting at the turning chain position, always insert under 2 loops. I won't repeat the instructions. The fourth round is now completed. The fifth round is relatively simple. Please follow the chart to complete them. Pay attention to chain 2 for the transition at the end, and finish with a slip stitch in the position of the turning chain. I won't demonstrate this part. After completing the fifth round, move on to the final round. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Make a marker. After that, work on the first edge. Start with 2 chain stitches for the transition. In the middle of the left side, in the double crochet stitch, work 1 single crochet. The turning chain is made by picking up 2 strands of yarn and working a slip stitch. The V shape of this stitch may not be very clear. Insert the hook under 2 strands of yarn and work a single crochet. Continue with 2 more chain stitches for the transition. Work into the 4 chain spaces on the left side. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch. Between each 2 single crochets, work 2 chain stitches for the transition. After completing, work 2 more chain stitches for the transition. In the middle of the left side, at the double crochet stitch position, work 1 single crochet. Continue with 2 chain stitches for the transition. The first edge is now completed. Move on to work the second corner. In the corner chain space, work 1 double crochet, 2 chain stitches, 1 double crochet. Repeat this process. Refer to the pattern and complete the remaining sections. Finally, finish the first corner with 1 double crochet, 2 chain stitches, and end with a slip stitch at the turning chain position. Pull tight. Crochet 1 chain stitch to secure. Cut the yarn. Hide the tail along the wrong side texture. Make sure to weave in several stitches, then trim any excess. A square is now completed. Next, let's learn the crochet method for a triangle. Take a look at the finished product. It uses the magic ring technique. Work back and forth in rows. Now please watch as I demonstrate the specific crochet method. Start with the first row. The method is quite simple. Begin with the magic ring. Crochet 5 single crochets inside it. After completing, close the magic ring. No need to make a slip stitch here. I have already completed this part in advance. Next, move on to the second row. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Don't forget to place a marker when crocheting. I won't repeat this. Flip the work piece over. The turning chain should correspond to the stitch below. Then crochet 2 chains for transition. Work a DC3 bobble from the adjacent stitch. As you crochet, weave in the beginning tail of the yarn at the same time. Continue with 2 more chains for transition. Work a double crochet pattern from the adjacent stitch. After completing it, crochet 2 chains for transition. Work 1 DC3 bobble. Finally, crochet 2 more chains for transition. Work 1 double crochet. That completes the second row. Continue to the third row. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Turn the work piece over. The turning chain should correspond to the stitch below. Work 1 double crochet in the same position. Then crochet 2 chains for transition. Work a single crochet on top of the DC3 bobble stitch. On the wrong side, crochet from the braid above and to the left of the DC3 bobble stitch. Refer to the chart to complete the remaining sections. Finally, work 2 double crochets at the top of the turning chain. Insert the hook into the position marked by the stitch marker and crochet. That completes the third row. Now move on to the fourth row. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Turn the work piece. The turning chain should correspond to the stitch below. Work 2 double crochets in the same position. Refer to the chart. Complete the remaining sections. Finally, work 3 double crochets at the top of the turning chain. That completes the fourth row. The following rows are simpler. Everyone can follow the chart. To finish crocheting them, I won't demonstrate this part. After everything is completed, for the last row, take the side with clearer texture as the right side of the motif. Secure the yarn tails along the texture on the wrong side. The beginning tail of the yarn has already been secured partially. You can cut it directly. The triangle is now completed. Repeat this process. Refer to the chart. Complete all the motifs. I will not repeat the demonstration. After all the motifs are completed, join them together. Let's take a look at the motif arrangement diagram. Place all the motifs according to the diagram around each octagon's outer edge. Work a round of double crochets and chain stitches. As you crochet, join the edges with the corresponding motifs. Each row is joined from right to left. Now, please watch as I demonstrate the specific joining method. First, lay out all the motifs flat. Start by joining the motifs in the first row. Here, I will only demonstrate the joining method. The number of motifs is random. Crochet the edging around the first octagon. While crocheting, join a square at the top left corner. Join a triangle at the bottom left corner. Finally, join a triangle at the top right corner. Start crocheting from the corner hole on the right side of the octagon where the yarn was fastened off. Hang the yarn tail on your left hand. For clarity, I will demonstrate using a different color of yarn. Don't forget to tie a knot at the end of the yarn. Insert the hook. Draw the knotted loop through. Adjust the size of the loop. Make 3 chains as the turning chain. Now crochet the first side. First, make 2 chains as a transition. Skip the next 3 stitches below without crocheting. Make a double crochet in the 4th stitch. There is also 1 stitch at the corner. Don't miss it. Continue with 2 chains as a transition. Skip the next 2 stitches below without crocheting. Make a double crochet in the 3rd stitch. From now on, skip 2 stitches at intervals without crocheting. Make a double crochet in the 3rd stitch. Between every 2 double crochets, make 2 chains as a transition. Continue crocheting down to the 3rd to last single crochet position. After completing, make 2 chains as a transition. The first side is now finished. For the second corner, crochet in the corner space. When crocheting, join it with the square. First, make 1 double crochet. Then, make 1 chain. Release the loop on the hook. Take out a square. Place the 2 motifs with wrong sides together, right sides facing out. Align the corners. Insert the hook from back to front into the square, in the corner space, and then into the previously released loop. Adjust the loop size. Draw the loop through. Work a chain stitch. Continue in the same space on the front piece. Work a double crochet. The second corner is now completed. The corresponding corners of the 2 motifs are also joined. Move on to the second side, joining it with the adjacent edge of the square as you crochet. Start with a chain stitch. Release the loop on the hook. Insert the hook from back to front into the adjacent space on the back piece. Then insert it into the released loop. Adjust the size of the loop. And draw the loop through. Work a chain stitch. Skip the next 2 single crochets on the front piece. And work a double crochet in the 3rd stitch. Continue with a chain stitch. Release the loop. And come out through the adjacent space on the back piece. Draw the loop through. Work a chain stitch. Skip the next 2 stitches. And work a double crochet in the 3rd stitch. 2 spaces have already been joined. both starting with a chain stitch, then releasing the loop, and drawing the loop through the adjacent space on the back piece. Then work a chain stitch, and skip 2 stitches on the front piece. Work a double crochet. Follow this method to join all the spaces along this edge of the back piece. The second side is now completed. After completing, move on to the third corner. When crocheting, join with the back piece's left corner space. Start by working a double crochet in the front piece's corner space. You can see that between this double crochet and the previously completed double crochet on the right side, just separated by 1 single crochet, then make a chain stitch, release the loop, and draw the loop through from the corner space of the back piece. Crochet a chain stitch. After completing it, work a double crochet in the same position on the front piece. The third corner of the octagon is now done. The corner of this side corresponding to the square has also been joined. Next, move on to the third side. When crocheting, there's no need to join it to the motif. Work a double crochet with 2 single crochets apart. Between every 2 double crochets, make 2 chain stitches as a transition. Continue all the way down until they are completed. You can see that the last double crochet and the corner space are only 1 single crochet apart. After completing this section, work on the fourth corner. When crocheting, you need to join it to the triangle. Start with 1 double crochet, then 1 chain stitch. Take out the triangle. With the right side facing out. Join the right side edge to the octagon. Place it behind the octagon, aligning the edges that need to be joined. From the middle hole of the triangle, draw the yarn loop through. Make 1 chain stitch to secure. In the same position on the front piece, work 1 double crochet. The 2 corners are now joined. Continue with the fourth side, following the same method as before. Work a double crochet with an interval of 2 stitches. Between every 2 double crochets, make 2 chain stitches for transition. When making the second chain stitch, join it to the corresponding hole on the back piece's side. Match with the corresponding chain space on the back piece's edge. Continue to complete the join. After completing, work on the fifth corner. 1 double crochet, 1 chain stitch. Release the yarn loop. Insert the crochet hook from the corner of the back piece between the 2 double crochets and pull the loop through. Chain 1, 1 double crochet, and the 5th corner is completed. It's also joined to the side of the triangle. Next, work on the 5th edge. Start with 2 chain stitches for transition. Pay attention to the first double crochet, which should be worked 3 stitches apart from the right side double crochet, starting from the 4th stitch. Then, work a double crochet 2 stitches apart. Continue to complete this edge. For the last double crochet before the corner space, leave an interval of 2 stitches. Follow the same method as before, and keep working all the way to the end of the 7th edge. I will not repeat the demonstration. After completing the 7th edge, start on the 8th corner. When crocheting this corner, you need to join it to a triangle. First, work 1 double crochet, then, make 1 chain. Take out a triangle, with the right side facing out. Join it to the left side seam. Align the corners that need to be joined. Insert the hook into the back piece edge, between the double crochets. Work a chain stitch join. Then, work another double crochet. This corner is now joined. Finish crocheting the remaining side. As you work, join it to the back piece side seam. Don't forget to include the adjacent hole. Finally, complete the first corner. Work 1 double crochet. Then, make 1 chain. Release the yarn loop, and join it to the corner chain space of the back piece, with 1 chain stitch join. End with a slip stitch at the marker spot. Insert 2 yarn tails. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. After cutting, make sure to weave in all the yarn tails. I won't repeat the instructions and demonstration. The edging of the first octagon is completed. The sides are joined to the corresponding motifs. Place a marker here to mark it as the first octagon. Next, take out the second octagon. Crochet the edging around the outer edge. Similarly, join a separate square on the top left corner. Join a separate triangle on the bottom left corner. For the right side edges, you need to join them to the left side of the first octagon. Where the motifs are already joined at the top and bottom, the middle edge should be joined to the middle left edge of the first octagon. Please watch as I demonstrate the specific joining method. Here, I have already crocheted up to the 5th edge, and joined it to the corresponding square and triangle. Next, crochet the 6th corner, making sure to join it to the left side of the first octagons. Triangle edge. Continue joining them. When crocheting the 7th corner, be mindful that the middle corner of the triangle is already joined to the corner of the right side octagon. when you encounter a situation where 3 corners need to be joined. To ensure the overall texture looks neat, always insert the hook into the hole at the edge of a square, or the corner of a triangle and crochet a chain stitch. Do not insert it into the hole of the octagon. This way, the corners of the 3 motifs will be joined together. Move on to the 7th edge. When crocheting, you need to join it to this side of the octagon. The joining method is the same. After joining, join it to the corner of the square side. Let me emphasize again. When you encounter a situation where 3 corners need to be joined together, always insert the hook into the corresponding hole at the corner of a triangle or square. Finally, finish with a slip stitch. Cut the yarn. The edging of the second octagon is completed. Join it to the corresponding corners of the motifs. In practice, 2 more octagons will be joined afterward. Let's take a look at the finished product. The joining method is the same. When crocheting the edging of the third octagon, join it to the motifs. In the same way as the second octagon, on the left side, separately join the square and triangle. On the right side, join it to the side of the previously joined motifs. When joining the last octagon, pay attention. Individually join a triangle at the top left. Join it to the right side of the front of the triangle. No joining is needed on the bottom left. The 3 corners on the right side should be joined to the sides of the previously joined motifs. Please finish joining them on your own. I will not continue demonstrating. This is the method for joining the first row of motifs. Next, join the motifs in the second row. The first octagon needs to have a square joined individually at the top left. At the bottom left, join it to the side of the square that is above the top left of the first octagon in the first row. The middle side should be joined to the top side of the first row's octagon. At the bottom right, join it with the remaining side of the completed triangle that is already attached to the lower octagon. Individually join a triangle at the top right. The joining method is the same for all. Please watch as I demonstrate the specific joining method. The sample has already been crocheted up to the third side here. A square has been joined already. Next, join it to the square that is above the top left of the first octagon in the first row. Take out the motifs from the first row. Find the corresponding join-in positions. Align the join-in points of the 2 motifs. Continue joining them to complete the join-in. After completing, join it to the side of the octagon behind. When making the first double crochet, you need to skip 3 stitches. Then, join it to the triangle on the left side. After completing this join, finish crocheting the 7th side. Finally, take out a triangle motif and join it to the corner on the left side. Lastly, cut the yarn. The edging of the first octagon is now completed. Join it to the corresponding motif. For the middle few octagons, the joining method is similar to the previous ones. Let's take a look at the finished product. They are all joined at the top left corner. Individually join a square motif there. The bottom left corner joins to the side of the square that has already been joined to the top left corner of the motif in the previous row. For the middle side at the bottom, join it to the top side of the corresponding octagon in the previous row. The bottom right corner joins to the side of the square that has already been joined in the previous row. For the middle side on the right, join it to the corresponding side of the right octagon in this row. At the top right, join it to the side of the square that has already been joined in this row. When joining the last octagon, note that a triangle should be individually joined at the top left. Join the bottom left corner to the corresponding side of the triangle below. Join the adjacent side to the first edge of the octagon below. Join the right side to the corresponding squares above and below. Also, join the octagon on this side. The join-in method for the third row is the same as this row. When joining the last row, note that, for the first few octagons, join one triangle separately at the top left. Join the remaining parts to the corresponding motifs as before. The first octagon does not need a motif joined at the top right. For the last octagon, there's no need to join a motif separately. Just join it to the side of the corresponding motif as before. The join-in method is the same throughout. Refer to the diagram to finish joining them. I won't repeat the instructions. This is how you join the motifs. After all the motifs are joined, crochet the lace trim around the outer edge. Let's take a look at the finished product. Crochet in rounds along the perimeter. The new stitches used are the DC2 bobble and the CH3SL picket. Now, watch as I demonstrate the specific crochet method. First, crochet the first round. I will continue using this sample swatch for the demonstration. Starting from the last row of octagons, begin with a chain stitch in the hole at the top right corner. Hang the yarn tail on your left hand. The color scheme is random. Draw the loop through. Make 3 chains as the turning chain. Mark the stitch. Then, chain 5 as a transition. Work 1 double crochet in the same hole. Consider these stitches as one corner. After completing this, crochet the first long side. Start with 2 chains for transition. Work 1 double crochet into the left double crochet stitch. Work 2 double crochets in the chain space. Work 1 double crochet in the adjacent stitch. Consider these 4 stitches as a double crochet pattern. Then, chain 2 as a transition. In the next 2 adjacent double crochet stitches, work 1 double crochet in each. Between each pair of double crochets, chain 2 as a transition. After completing this, chain 2 as a transition. Start from the adjacent stitch to work the double crochet pattern. The beginning and ending double crochets are worked into the double crochet stitches. The middle 2 stitches are worked into the chain space. For this round, on each side, between the double crochet patterns and double crochets, as well as between 2 double crochets, chain 2 as a transition. I won't repeat the explanation. Work 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 adjacent stitches. This completes the corresponding side of the octagon. Now we are at the triangle position. Start with a double crochet pattern. Work 2 double crochets in the gap between the 2 rows and the double crochets at the edge. Complete the double crochet pattern. Work 1 double crochet along the edge of each of the adjacent 2 rows. After completing, work a double crochet pattern. Work 2 double crochets in the edge of adjacent rows. Work 1 double crochet in the edge of the single crochet. You can insert the hook into the entry position for the double crochet and work. Work 1 double crochet at the center position of the starting chain. The double crochet pattern is now completed. Skip the single crochet position on the left side without hooking. From the edge of the adjacent 2 rows of double crochets, work 1 double crochet in each row. Continue along the edge of the next 2 rows, and work a double crochet pattern. Work 1 double crochet at the left edge. The triangular side is now completed. Now you have reached the second octagon position. Crochet the double crochet at the starting chain. Insert the hook into the position for a slip stitch and work. Then, from the adjacent double crochet stitch, start working the double crochet pattern. There are actually more motifs to follow. Refer to the chart for crocheting. Complete this long edge all the way to the end. Continue until you reach the edge of the octagon side. Stop at the second to last double crochet stitch position. Now you have reached the corresponding position. Work 2 chain stitches for transition. The first side is now completed. Move on to the second corner. Work 1 double crochet into the corner space. Chain 5. Then work 1 double crochet. The second corner is now completed. Next, work on the short side. Refer to the chart to complete it. Then move on to the third corner. Work 1 double crochet. Chain 5. Then work 1 double crochet. Now you're at the second long side. Pay attention, when crocheting triangles and octagons, the stitch pattern differs from the first long side. Refer to the chart for actual crocheting. Make sure not to make any mistakes. The crocheting method remains the same, only the insertion points differ. Refer to the chart to complete the remaining sections. Finish with a slip stitch. Pull tight. The first round is now completed. It has 8 corners, 4 short sides, and 4 long sides. Move on to crochet the second round. Start in the chain space on the right side, make 1 slip stitch, and transition the yarn tail over. After that, crochet the first corner. Start with 1 DC3 bobble stitch. Chain 2 as a turning chain. Treat these 2 chains as 1 incomplete double crochet. Make 2 more incomplete double crochets in the same position. 1, 2. Yarn over and draw through all the loops on your hook in once. Mark this bobble stitch. Join into the braid on the right side. Chain 3 for transition after completing it. Crochet the second bobble stitch. Then chain 5 as a transition. Crochet the third bobble stitch. Finally, chain 3 for another transition. Crochet the fourth bobble stitch. The first corner is now completed. Move on to crochet the first long edge. Start with chaining 3 for transition. Work a double crochet into the third double crochet of the pattern. Continue with 3 chains for transition. In the hole between the 2 double crochets on the left side, crochet 2 bobble stitches. Chain 3 as a transition between these 2 bobble stitches. One, 2, Consider these 2 bobble stitches and the chains in between. As pattern A, continue with 3 chains for transition. Work a double crochet in the position of the 3rd double crochet of the pattern. After completing it, chain 3 as a transition. In the hole between the adjacent 2 double crochets, crochet pattern A, 1 bobble stitch, 3 chains, 1 bobble stitch, this completes the second pattern A. For each edge, alternate between 1 double crochet and 1 pattern A. The double crochet is crocheted into the position of the 3rd double crochet of the previous row's double crochet pattern. Crochet pattern A in the hole between the 2 double crochets of the previous row. Chain 3 as a transition between these 2 elements. Follow this process to finish crocheting this long edge. After completing the last double crochet, chain 3 as a transition. This completes the first long edge. Next, at the position of the hole formed by 5 chains from the previous section, crochet the second corner as follows. Make 1 bobble stitch. Chain 3. Make 1 bobble stitch. Chain 5. Make 1 bobble stitch. Chain 3. Make 1 bobble stitch. This completes the second corner. Next, crochet the adjacent short side. The crocheting method is the same throughout. Alternate between double crochets and pattern A, with 3 chain stitches as a transition between them. This completes the short side. Follow this method to finish the rest of the round. Finally, join with a slip stitch at the stitch marker position. Pull tight. This completes the second round. Next, crochet the third round. Start in the left chain space with 1 slip stitch, transitioning the yarn tail over. After completing that, work a DC 2 bobble stitch, then make 2 chains to start. Treat this as an incomplete stitch, and in the same position, work another incomplete stitch. You should have 2 loops left on your hook. Yarn over and draw through in once the DC 2 bobble stitch is completed. Mark the stitch. Continue with 2 chains for transition. In the adjacent space, crochet 7 double crochets. Continue with 2 more chains for transition. In the next space, work a bobble stitch. This round consists of DC2 bobble stitches. For convenience, we'll refer to them simply as bobble stitches. Start with 2 incomplete double crochets. 1, 2. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through in once. The bobble stitch is completed. Consider the 2 bobble stitches on either side and the stitches in between as one corner. The first corner is now complete. Next, work the first long edge. Start with 2 chain stitches for transition. Work 5 double crochets into the left side double crochet stitch. Consider these 5 stitches as one fan pattern. Continue with 2 chain stitches for transition. In the hole of the middle of pattern A from the previous round, work 1 bobble stitch. Three chain stitches. 1 bobble stitch. Consider these 2 bobble stitches and the chains in between as a group. Consider this as pattern B. For this round, each side consists of alternating with 1 pattern B and a fan pattern. Work 2 chain stitches for transition between them. The fan pattern is worked into the double crochet stitch from the previous round. Pattern B is worked into the hole in the middle of pattern A. Complete this edge all the way. After finishing the fan pattern, don't forget to work 2 chain stitches for transition. The first long edge is now completed. The crocheting method remains the same for the rest. Refer to the chart. Complete the remaining sections. Finish with a slip stitch. Pull tight. The third round is now completed. Continue to crochet the fourth round. Make 1 chain as your turning chain. Work 1 single crochet into the same stitch. Insert and work into the position where you made the slip stitch. Next, make a CH3SL picot. Start with 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Then insert the hook into the front loop of the single crochet stitch on the right side. A stitch looks like these 2 strands of yarn. The strand closer to you is the front loop. The strand closer to the outside is the back loop. Insert the hook into the front loop. Then insert it into the strand on the left side below. Hook a slip stitch. There's no need to tighten the slip stitch. The CH3SL picot is now completed. We'll mark the first single crochet stitch. Next, work 3 chains as a transition. Work a double crochet into the double crochet stitch. For a CH3SL picot, start with 3 chains. After completing, insert the hook into the front loop of the right double crochet stitch and the strand on the left side below. Hook a slip stitch. This completes the CH3SL picot stitch. For this round, we will be working CH3SL picot throughout. I won't repeat the instructions for this moving forward. Next, work 1 chain as a transition. Work a double crochet into each of the adjacent 2 stitches. Between these 2 double crochets, work 1 chain as a transition. After completing, work 1 CH3SL picot stitch. Work 1 chain. Work a double crochet into each of the adjacent 2 stitches. Work 1 chain as a transition between them. After completing, work 1 ch3sl picket stitch. Work 1 chain. Work a double crochet into the adjacent stitch. Work 1 chain. Work 1 double crochet. Work 1 ch3sl picket stitch. After completing, work 3 chains as a transition. Work 1 single crochet into the adjacent bobble stitch. Work 1 ch3sl picket stitch. When crocheting in the position of the single crochet, also insert underneath the left thread below. Work a slip stitch. Treat these stitches as one corner. The first corner is completed. Now move on to the first long edge. Start with 5 chains for transition. In the middle of the fan pattern, work 1 single crochet. Work 1 ch3sl picket stitch. Continue with 5 chains for transition. In the middle chain space of pattern B, work 1 single crochet. Work 1 ch3sl picket stitch. For each edge, work in the middle of the fan pattern and the center of pattern B with single crochets and ch3sl picket stitches. Chain 5 as a transition between them. Continue all the way to complete this long edge. The long edge is now completed. The following crochet methods are identical. Refer to the chart to complete them. Finish with a slip stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Secure the yarn tails. Now, everyone, take a look. This is what it looks like after completing the lace trim. The main part is all done.